Finally, we finally have a good version of The Nun. Immaculate is directed by Michael Mohan and written by Angelo Bill. The film stars Sydney Sweeney, Alvaro Morte, Bernadetta Parcoroli, and Simone Tabasco. It follows the story of a young nun named Cecilia Sweeney that joins a mysterious convent in Italy after surviving a near-death experience. As she spends time in the church, she discovers that she is pregnant with a child, which is a miracle since she is a virgin. Or is it really? I was pleasantly surprised by Immaculate. I thought it was a very disturbing horror film. I thought it was a very well directed and very well acted as well. It's extremely gory at times, gorier than I expected it to be from the trailers. I was really surprised by it, and I really had a great time watching it. I like seeing how directors approach horror movies. I like examining how creepy the scares are, if there are any jump scares at all during the films, how much gore there is, and how much suspense there is and injected throughout the scenes. And I think that Mohan does a really good job here directing this film. There's a lot of tension, you sort of wondering what's going on, and I love mysteries like this. In horror movies, aren't quite sure what's really happening. You know that something's actually wrong. And I think that all of the actors do a terrific job. Mostly their main job is getting great performances out of their actors. And I think that director here, Michael Mohan, which I'm not really familiar has done a great job. Sydney Sweeney continues to prove that she's not only just a pretty face, she can act. She's a really capable actress, and here I think that she's great in this film. I thought she carried the movie really well. It's mostly her. She's in every scene of this movie. She really gave a lot of emotions during while she was frightened, or when she was when things were really heightened. She really showed her emotional side, which I really enjoyed. The rest of the cast is really good too. Alvaro Morte, which I know from the Wheel of Time series, is really good here as this very despicable and disgusting bad person. And Bernadetta Parcoroli is also great here. She's a very likable nun here. She's a nun that has a big mouth. Like I said, the entire cast here is very good. The movie rests mostly on Sydney Sweeney as the lead. The situation in which Sydney finds herself in this film is probably one of my biggest fears. Just stuck somewhere against your will and being forced to stay there, and just being completely powerless in like this foreign country. I think that would be just terrifying. And this movie really displays that really well. I think it's a disturbing movie, and it's a very gory movie too. There were some scenes that really shocked me, and I really enjoyed the gore aspect of this movie, which I was not really expecting going in. There are a few jump scares here or there, but they were never like really false scares that some horror films like to do. Like, the false jump scares, in my opinion, are the worst kinds, because you can just anticipate them. In real life, they would probably never happen. There's just this silent moment, and there's this loud boom, and somebody appears. And I think that's the worst kind of jump scares. I really do. But here, I think there's a few loud moments, but I think that none of them were false. They were really inventive most of the time. I really enjoyed the tension and the atmosphere in this film. I thought that everything was really well done. I think the script was pretty strong. I would have liked maybe more characters' backstories explained a little better. We got a little bit of backstory with Cecilia's character, which I enjoyed. But maybe other characters would have been nice. It's a very tight thriller, so there's not a lot of time to explore certain aspects of these characters' lives, which I think I would have enjoyed to know more. And I think that the ending is a little abrupt. I don't really have a problem with it, but maybe I could have had more with the ending. Just maybe a few extra scenes after the end credits, and there's no extra scenes after, so I would have liked maybe to have gotten more out of the ending. But overall, I really enjoyed this film. It's a very tight thriller. It's a very engrossing film. Gory. It's a extremely gory movie. And I thought that Sydney Sweeney was really great. If you have seen Immaculate, please leave a comment below. See you next time. Please subscribe. Peace.
This love. Suffering, suffering, suffering. Yes, love.